Good afternoon, Mr. Pearlon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining me today. My name is Golda.
I know that.
Hi, I'm your nurse today. Isn't that awesome?
That's great.
Yes. So, I wanted to go over some education with you.
Okay.
So the other day when we met and we did your health assessment, I did have some concerns with your hypertension. That was the most thing that stuck out in your based on your assessment. And we did talk about that you were on the COSAR and your goal is to be completely off the COSAR and reduce that hypertension. Your follow-up visit. So I do have some suggestion for that today. So I wanted to do some teaching with you there.
Okay.
So normal blood pressure generally runs from 120 to 80. And yours was over, which is your top number, which is considered your systolic blood pressure, was 137, and your lower at 90, which is your systolic blood pressure, was at 90. So I wanted to address that. So here I have for you, first and foremost, even based on our health assessment, your diet does not go well with your hypertension. So I wanted to do some teaching there. And my recommendation is to change your eating habits to what we call a heart healthy eating plan.
Okay.
Which includes fruits, grains, vegetables, proteins, and dairy. Okay? And this will be for you to take home, and you can have that with you. Here on your vegetables, we want to do fresh, frozen, no salt added, canned vegetables. Would be, if you do can, you want to look for those that says low sodium or no sodium. Okay? And we want to do mostly fresh fruits and frozen fruits, no packaged or dry fruits. Grains, we want to do whole grains. So instead of white, I would like to give you options where instead of white bread, choose whole grain bread.
Okay.
So when doing rice, instead of a white rice, do brown rice.
Right.
Okay? In cereal, you want to make choices such as hot cereal because they're whole grain. And if you're doing cold cereal, tend to go with those that are whole grain as well. Same with your pasta, like your noodles. You want to do whole grain there. And I would suggest like you start with what you can tolerate.
Okay.
Okay? So start small. Okay? Protein, we want to do chicken or turkey without skin. Lean meats, okay? Whether it be beef, chucks, you could still do beef, but anything lean, you want to stick there, okay? Eggs, no more than 4 a week based on the heart healthy recommendations.
Wow.
And nuts and seed and dairy, you want to do anything fat-free or low-fat. And of course, I know you weren't a diabetic, but we want to increase water. The less sugar, the better. Okay?
Okay.
So any concerns, any questions here?
So, in order for me to get off my blood pressure meds, I need to eat more fruits and vegetables and lean meats. You said I'm going to have some more dairy in my diet?
You can, but remember, fat-free or low-fat.
Fat-free dairy.
Yes, sir. And I want to, this is yours to keep and take home because this is going to give you a guide to what you need to shop for and how to shop and this is your plate. And this kind of gives you how to portion your plate. So you always want to have more vegetables and more grain than protein and fruits.
Okay.
Okay?
No. So what about being on this diet, will it help me lose weight?
It will also reduce weight and increase because reducing the weight, it decreases the workload on the heart, therefore reducing the blood pressure.
Okay.
Okay.
So I need to do like exercises also?
Yes, sir. I sure do. I'm glad you asked. So here I also have a plan for you for So I want you to start off with what we call moderate exercise, which you want to do at least 3 to 4 times a week. I say start small. You may want to start with only 2 days. Do what's comfortable. I know you work, so do what's comfortable. So if you start 2 days, then you work your way up to 3 days, then to 4 days. And the goal here is to do moderate to then high exercise. So you want to start with walking, okay? Anything that gives you the cardio and get the heart rate up, because that's going to get that fat burning, okay? Then you also want to add what we call strength training there. So you want to do some weights, at least, you know.
Yes. I have some weights at the house. I can start using those more often.
Yes, and I suggest you start with weights that are manageable. So especially if you weren't doing them before, start with 10 pounds and then you can increase as your endurance gets better, our joint pains reduce, because, you know, I understand that we do work and, you know, especially starting a new exercise program, you're going to ache. But I don't want you to stop. So that's why I want you to start with moderate and then move your way up. Okay? And this is also for you to take home, because this is going to help you as well as a guide. And this gives you information on why, you know, you want to do the exercise, because you see, hypertension is a cardiovascular disease and you want to reduce the factors on the heart. So exercise in your lifestyle is definitely recommended. Okay. All right. So that is yours as well. I also most definitely want to also recommend a journal, like a journal for you to take your blood pressure at different times of the day and journalize it for yourself, as also that you can have it to take to your primary care physician at your next follow-up visit, so they can have a pattern for you to see how your blood pressure is trending and well as make recommendations for you. So you want to take it at different times of the day, see how it works, and then write it down.
I have a blood pressure cuff at the house. I'll be all over that, because I need to get out these meds for sure. Yes,
sir. So what do you understand about like the journaling? Do you normally take your blood pressure in the morning or at night?
I usually take it at night once I get home and be a little bit relaxed.
Okay. So I can recommend that you can continue taking it at night. You can also take it first thing in the morning. So you get different times and write the times down next to when you take your blood pressure so that your physician can see like the different times, and always follow up with your primary care physician. Ask questions, and when unsure, write your questions down prior to your visit so you can remember those questions that you need to ask while you're there.
All right, sounds like a plan. I'll jump right on that.
All right, and thank you for your time. Any questions for me before we end our session today?
No more questions. You've been quite thorough. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your time.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.